Cameron Johnson with Integrity Aviation at the Worthington Municipal Airport.
And my name is Zach Merkling with Proclaim Aviation Ministries.
So Integrity Aviation operates what we call the fixed base operator, which is, we say is FBO here at the airport. And basically its responsibilities is to manage and take care of the airport here, from everything from doing maintenance on local airplanes to flight instructing to taking care of the fuel for fueling transient airplanes, and just really meeting the needs of all things aviation here at the local airport.
And Proclaim Aviation Ministries is a faith-based nonprofit that works very closely with Integrity. We bring brand new pilot and mechanics who are just graduated. They're looking to serve in overseas ministries, doing faith-based humanitarian flights. If they don't have the experience to qualify to go to an overseas location yet, we bring them here to Worthington through a mentorship program where we build up their flight experience, their maintenance experience, and then prep them to go to an overseas ministry.
I've been here in Worthington running the FBO since 1999, and the city at the time did not have anybody here to manage the airport operations, and so we saw it as an opportunity to come and start the business here, and then with also the goal of establishing Proclaim for what it does.
So my family and I have been in Worthington since 2022. We are originally going to go to Peru and fly float planes in the Amazon with a faith-based nonprofit. But through a lot of twists and turns, that didn't end up working out. So we came here to Worthington to serve with Proclaim. Originally, it was for a one-year commitment, but we saw what was going on here, wanted to get involved, and now I serve as the Director of Operations. And Proclaim has been here since the early 2000s. So we've been equipping aviators, have sent over 100 families into full-time ministry. 70 of those families, over 70, have gone into full-time missions overseas, and the remaining 30 or so are within the States training the next generation of missionary aviators.
For myself, I actually grew up in Africa. My mom and dad were missionaries in Africa, and so I got exposed to exactly what Zach's been talking about here for missionary flying. And so from a young age, I grew up in the back of an airplane being flown around in the jungles of Africa. And so that's where my first interest came. And so graduating high school, I decided that that's what I wanted to do for college. So went to college for aviation, got my all my flying licenses as well as a mechanic's license in college, and from there it went into starting the Integrity Aviation and growing it from there.
And I was the son of a pastor growing up, so when I was 12 years old, my dad took me on a short-term mission trip to Oaxaca, Mexico, and we had the opportunity to drive up to a mountain village and see what life is like without an airplane. And the missionaries in that village were sharing with us that there were some new pilots in the area that were going to be able to fly the missionaries back and forth. And so that was my first exposure to the concept of missionary aviation. And ever since I was 12, I wanted to be a missionary pilot, so looked into the schooling for it. I actually went to the same school that Cameron went to, Moody Bible Institute, to get my licenses, and yeah, the rest is history.
Oftentimes there's kind of a public misconception of the airport and its value to the community, and because those that don't come out here and don't see the activity often don't realize how much is going on out here. And oftentimes there's the misconception that it's only for the local people that have airplanes, and actually that's kind of a misconception. The airport here, in the last year, we've had over 5,000 operations at the airport here. Over half of those are from non-local airplanes that have come into the airport to use the airport. It's really to have a viable community that is growing business-wise. It's really necessary to have an airport here. Oftentimes, if a business is looking to relocate to an area, we'll often see them here at the airport first before, a lot of times even the public knows about an airport that business is looking at coming to the community. So it's really a valuable asset to the community. We have a program which monitors activity at the airport, and according to their analysis, they say that the airport has brought over $5 million into the community in a year. And that's just based on their statistics that they've averaged. So it's really, a necessary thing. It's a valuable thing to the community, and oftentimes it's overlooked because it sits outside of actually being, downtown, of course, because you can't have an airport in the middle of the city. And people don't really realize how much it's actually being used here.
I guess the only thing that I'd add is if anybody's interested in what's going on out here, whether with the FBO operations or Proclaim's operations, reach out. We love to give tours. We've had schools here exposing kids to this as a career, whether it be in the corporate aviation world or in the missionary aviation world. We love to share what's going on and to show how the community and how these kids and how the next generation can get involved.
Yeah, another big advantage for the city and the whole community in general is that the air ambulance flights get to come in and out of the airport here. In fact, I looked up the statistics, and Sanford and Avera account for the third highest user of the airport in a year. And not only do they use it for the local area hospital, but also a lot of the surrounding ambulances will transport patients here to get on the airplane to transfer them anywhere from Rochester to Sioux Falls to Minneapolis. The city of Worthington does a phenomenal job of keeping the runway open during the winter, and so at times places that do have an airport like Windham or Jackson that the airplanes don't want to use in bad weather, the city is good about clearing off the runway here so that the air ambulances can use this airport instead of the other airports which would not work during the winter. Yeah, if anybody wants to learn how to fly, that's one of the things we do out here. Is we have a number of us here are flight instructors, and so they can get a hold of us either through calling it out here to Integrity Aviation at our phone number, which you can Google and find that number, or email me at Cameron@integrityaviation.com is also another way, or just stop on out here at the airport. There's usually somebody around, and you can grab somebody and just say you're interested in flying, and we'll show you the process and the procedure to get your license.
And if you're interested in missionary aviation as a career potentially, I'd invite you to check out Proclaim's website, www.proclaimaviation.org, to see how we're using aircraft in so many different countries to present the gospel of Jesus Christ, to get hope and healing to those that need it the most.